DOMINIC, how I wish Diana had taken the advice my wife and I gave her to keep away from the Fayeds. A theme has emerged from various interviews that Prince William has given to mark the 20th anniversary of his mother's death. He feels strongly that Diana did not get the support and advice she needed in the last few years of her life. And in one such interview he added, "I feel very sad and I still feel very angry that we were not old enough to be able to do more to protect her, not wise enough to step in and do something that could have made things better for her." It is both sad and predictable that William feels that in some way he let her down. Children often feel responsibility for disasters that befall a parent, even when objectively they have no reason for any self-reproach, let alone feelings of guilt. It might reassure Diana's elder son to know that, even if he had been able to offer her wise advice during the last few years of her life, it would probably not have altered anything. That was my experience. My wife, Rosa Monckton, had become a very close friend of the princess, and in 1995 Diana offered to be godmother to our daughter Dominica, who was born with Down syndrome on June 1 that year. It was after Dominica's second birthday party in 1997, when all the other guests had left, that Diana sought our advice and guidance on an invitation she had received. She told us that she had been asked by Mohammed Al-Fayed to spend a few days with him and his family in the south of France, on his newly acquired yacht, Jonicle. Diana told us that she was tempted in part because she hoped Al-Fayed's big security operation would protect her and the boys from the press, but wanted to know if we thought it would be a good idea. I urged her not to accept the invitation, pointing out the almost toxically controversial nature of the Egyptian, then owner of Harrods, and the fact that having been condemned 8 years earlier in a 752-page Department of Trade report as a serial liar and fantasist, he was not a suitable holiday host either for her or her sons. What I did not know then was that Al-Fayed, a man long obsessed with gaining connections to the British royal family, had already conceived this holiday as an opportunity to introduce Diana to his son Dodi, and actually to make them into a couple, with marriage the intended apotheosis of his stunningly audacious scheme. Anyway, after I had given her the advice, which I think included the words "Mohammed Fayed is nothing but trouble," Diana stared at me with those unervingly beautiful eyes and said, "Thank you so much, I'm very glad I asked you." The rest, of course, is history. Diana ignored our advice, Rosa had strongly backed me up, and 6 weeks later she was aboard Jonicle with Mohammed Al-Fayed. The trap was set, the bird was in the cage. He ordered Dodi, who was completely intimidated by him, to abandon his then girlfriend, Kelly Fisher, and join Diana on the yacht.